Welcome back, everybody, to Multiplex Movie Melee. I'm your host, Payson the Cinemaster Johnson, and we have an exciting match for you tonight. Dean the Bat Manness, fresh off his victory against probably current rookie prospect of the year, Ryko Kerminuts, is taking on a league veteran here tonight, Scott the Esquire Harvey. Last time we saw Scott, he got a victory against Adelaide Spence. Been waiting a little while to come back to singles. On the desk with me, we got Dylan Vicious Van Thine. Dylan, what's good in the hood?
Interesting introduction. Yeah, it's going pretty well. I mean, I'm excited for this match. Yeah, it's been a minute since we saw Scott, but he's been playing really well this year in both singles, teams, and trios. So it's, I'm excited to see what he can do in his return to singles here. And Dean, yeah, has been playing. He's been on like a really good streak recently. Like he's coming off a 3-game winning streak with 3 very dominant performances over very solid competition. So I'm excited to see if he can also carry that momentum into today's match. I think it should be an interesting one.
Yeah, I might be incorrect about this, but I don't believe these players have ever played yet in Melee. If one of them wants to correct me, they can. But I think it's going to be an exciting matchup. Let's get going into the post-match interviews with pre-match interviews. I'm sorry, starting with our first competitor tonight, Dean. I know how much you put into this game, and I could see how much that victory against Ryko meant to you. You're moving on in this picture. You got Scott. Scott Harvey stands in your way. How are you feeling coming in tonight?
I feel good. I feel nervous as always. I don't really know how I got to 4-2. I kind of, when I was 1-2, decided to not care as much about Melee as I was before. I was putting a lot into every match, like emotionally. And I decided to just pull back and have some fun, and that's when I started winning. So going into all those matches and coming out of all those matches, I am pretty sure all the people I beat know more about movie trivia than me. Same thing here. I'm pretty sure Scott knows a lot more about movie trivia than I do, but it's a 3-round match. There's not a lot of questions that are asked. Anything can happen. If there one's up my alley, maybe I can pull it out. So I'm just excited to be here and to answer some questions.
Love that attitude, but let's bring in your opponent tonight. Scott, I know you. I've known you for a few years now. I know how competitive you get when you do play. I also know you do sometimes just come in to have fun. How are you feeling coming in tonight?
Good. I've been looking forward to having another singles match since playing Adelaide earlier this year. Been going on teams and trios, which I've appreciated in order to stay fresh, obviously, when this opportunity comes. And yeah, I'm always excited to play singles and always excited to play somebody I've never played before. Like you said, Payson, yeah, we have never played in any division that I can recall. So that should be a good new challenge. It's not something that happens too much for me anymore. So I'm looking forward to the match and for hopefully moving on and seeing what's next for singles.
Yeah, I should have said that. Scott, one of the members of a quarterfinalist team in trios. We can't go on. We'll go on. So this should be an exciting match. I say we jump right in. Round one's going to work like this. Competitors will receive 8 questions from 8 general movie categories, each worth 1 point apiece. They will have 15 seconds to write their answer on the board once they hear the question, after which I will say pens down. Me or Dylan will say pens down, and you will reveal your answers. Answer all 8 questions right. You will receive a bonus question throughout the duration of the match. Competitors get 3 repeats and 1 challenge. Competitors, any questions before we head into the match?
Nope.
Okay. Then your first question in round 1 will be coming to you in the category of musicals. Who plays Dr. Frank N. Furter in the Rocky Horror Picture Show? Do you have any good hot dog joints in Canada, Dylan?
Hot dogs specifically, I don't know. I mean, New York Fries has pretty good hot dogs. I'll give them that.
Yeah. I know the food gets a lot of shit, but like if you have a good hot dog, like few things are better. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Shout out to Portillo's. Scott, we'll go to you.
Tim Curry.
And we will go to Dean.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry is correct.
So your next question will come in the category of recent releases. In Barbie, what animal does Ken associate with the patriarchy?
So is New York Fries like a place where you just primarily go for fries, or?
Yeah, I was about to ask you if you have that in America, but then I realized that they mostly sell poutine. So
I've always wanted to try poutine. I hear it is very good. 5,
Easy to make.
3, 2, 1. Pens down. Maybe I'll try. Dean will go to you.
It was between two animals. I got horse.
And we'll go to Scott.
Horse.
Horse is correct. Both players still tied. As we head into your third question, the category of drama. In The Graduate, Benjamin takes Elaine where on their first date?
Yeah, the best part of poutine is there's really no specific way that it needs to be made. You just need fries, cheese, and gravy, and that's it. You're set.
The 3 essentials for
Yes.
a nice healthy diet.
It's true.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Scott will go to you.
A strip club.
We'll go to Dean.
I had a hotel.
Strip club is correct. Scott getting the point there.
All right, so your next question will come in the category of 2000s. Who directed Dancer in the Dark, Dogville, and Antichrist?
Do you have any dogs, Dylan?
Yes, I have 2 dogs named Casey and Finnegan.
Ooh, I like the name Finnegan.
Yes. Yeah.
Sounds like a nice Irish dog. Oh, look at me. I'm a happy-go-lucky Irish dog. Oh, look at me eating my dog biscuits. Oh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Penson. I thought I was going to get a reaction from Koho from that. Dean will go to you.
There it is.
Yorgos Lanthimos.
And we'll go to Scott.
Lars von Trier.
Lars von Trier is correct. Scott widening the lead. As we head into your 5th question, the category of horror. In which 90s horror film does a character incorrectly say the phrase Klaatu Barada Nikto that leads to the summoning of a group of undead soldiers?
Yeah, so Casey and Finnegan, sorry. Casey and Finnegan is apparently a reference to an old Canadian show called Mr. Dress Up that my parents used to watch. So there you go.
The romantic beginnings of Dylan's parents. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Scott will go to you.
I said Army of Darkness.
We'll go to Dean.
Army of Darkness.
Oh,
Army of Darkness is correct.
Yeah, so your next question will come in the category of animation. Jamie Bell, Andy Serkis, and Daniel Craig voiced the lead characters in which animated film?
So what I was going to say about Dancer in the Dark, did you know that Billy Idol performed the theme to Dancer in the Dark?
Oh, really?
It's like, I'll be dancing in the dark, I'm dancing in the dark. Because when you're blind in the check, you get hanged by the neck. Yes, you're dancing in the dark. 5, 4.
I know you just discovered music, Payson, but this is unacceptable.
Pens down. Dean will go to you.
And the Adventures of Tintin.
Yeah, we'll go to Scott.
The Adventures of Tintin.
Both correct. As we head into your penultimate question in the category of comedy, John Candy and Dan Aykroyd co-star in what comedy about a family vacation being crashed by an obnoxious brother-in-law and his family?
I almost suggested sitting out this round one because I knew that my Army of Darkness poster was going to be in the background. So,
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yeah.
yeah.
Not how I built it. Yeah.
It happens sometimes.
When the question came up, I was like, oh, okay, don't acknowledge it.
Yeah, the worst thing you could have done is try to cover it because then both players are just trying to imagine shit. What's the poster in Dylan's? What's the poster? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Scott will go to you.
The Great Outdoors.
We will go to Dean.
The Great Outdoors.
The Great Outdoors are correct.
All right. So then your final question around number one, and I believe if Scott gets this question correct, he will have a perfect round. Will be in the category of classics. In Arsenic and Old Lace, Mortimer's brother believes he is actually which U.S. president?
We will take just last name depending on the president you choose. I hope you understand what I mean.
That was not helpful.
Are you
How you
drinking
doing,
wine?
Payson?
Yeah. Oh, I'm
drinking wine out of a straw. Yeah.
I just saw a wine glass and I was like, what the fuck is Dylan drinking? Good on you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Dean will go to you.
I probably know 5 U.S. presidents. George Washington.
And we'll go to Scott.
Teddy Roosevelt.
Teddy Roosevelt is correct for the perfect round.
And we would not have just accepted Roosevelt for that one.
Yeah, no, that's why it was not helpful.
If you would have said Roosevelt or Bush, I was like, I can't accept that. But yeah, Teddy Roosevelt is correct. So Scott, this question will be going to you and just to you. Black Panther Wakanda Forever, A Simple Favor, and Sleepaway Camp all feature characters dying how? Five.
Being buried alive?
That's unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for drowning. Drowning was the answer we had. So with that, the score remains 8-5, but anything can happen as we move to round number 2, also known as the wheel round. Competitors will get a spin at the wheel, in which case they will receive 5 questions from whatever category they land on, each worth 2 points apiece. Checked on the multiple choice. You value the question down to 1 point. If you don't like what you spin on your first spin, you are allowed to one respin, but you must keep whatever you land on for your second spin. But be on the lookout. The ceiling is available in this round. The categories that your competitors can spin tonight are Fandom horror icons, which is Dean's strength, 21st century plot synopsis, which is Scott's strength, as well as the general categories of 2000s, horror, directors, classics, and coming of age / teens. Scott, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or second?
I'll go second.
Second? All right, then Dean, this will be your first spin. And you land on the category of scores and soundtracks. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
Let's take a risk and go again.
All right, then you must keep whatever you land on here. You land on the category of the 2000s. Dylan, why don't you give Dean his questions in the category of the 2000s?
Sure thing. So your first question in the category of the 2000s. In Frailty, what weapon does the father of Fenton and Adam primarily use to execute his victims?
Axe.
That is correct for 2 points. Your second question. What is the first name of the character played by Kate Beckinsale in Underworld?
I'm going to have to go multiple choice on that.
Your options are A, Mia, B, Celine, C, Alex, or D, Nancy.
A.
A is unfortunately incorrect. Scott, for the 1 point steal, is it A, Mia, B, Celine, C, Alice, or D, Nancy?
I'll say C.
C is also incorrect. We're looking for B, Celine. So your third question. Who plays the kidnapped woman Jessica, who is calling random numbers in Cellular?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question, please.
1.
All right, that is your first repeat. Your question again. Who plays the kidnapped woman Jessica, who is calling random numbers in cellular?
I'm gonna regret it, maybe. You know what? I think I'm getting confused. I'm gonna go multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A. Mary Steenburgen, B. Cameron Diaz, C. Kim Basinger, or D. Nicole Kidman.
C.
C is correct for 1 point. So now your penultimate question in this category. In adaptation, after Charlie learns that Susan and LaRoche are taking drugs, she takes Charlie to what type of location in order to kill him?
Five, four, three.
Swamp?
That is correct for 2 points. So now your final question in this category. In 2005's Pride and Prejudice, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy first meet at what type of event?
Five, four, three.
Multiple choice.
All right. Your options are A. Wedding, B. Birthday party, C. Funeral, or D. Ball.
Well, it's kind of what I was gonna say, and I didn't think it would be an option. So, ball.
That is correct for 1 point.
So after that, Dylan, I have Dean getting a score up to 11, Scott remaining at 8. Is that what you have?
That is what I have, yep.
All right, then we will bring in the wheel for Scott first spin. And then in favor of scores and soundtracks, would you rather keep it or spin again?
I'll spin again.
All right, then you must keep whatever you land on here. You land on the category of opponent's choice. So, Dean, what would you like to give Scott?
Okay. I never know what to do in these situations. I am going to give him fandom horror icons.
All right, fandom horror icons. I will be giving you, Scott, your questions in the category of fandom horror icons. Dylan, do me a favor and just thank you so much. All right, your first question in the category of horror icons. Which Halloween film features a supporting character who writes romance novels?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, B, Halloween H2O, 20 years later, C, Rob Zombie's Halloween, or D, Halloween Ends?
B.
B is correct. Halloween H2O, 20 years later. Your second question. In Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare, what was Maggie's real first name before she was adopted?
It's like the one I haven't seen. Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options. Is it A, Amanda, B, Kara, C, Alicia, or D, Catherine?
Repeat the options.
That is your first repeat of the options. Is it A, Amanda, B, Kara, C, Alicia, or D, Catherine?
I'll say Amanda.
That is incorrect, Dean. A chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, Amanda, B. Kara, C. Alicia, or D. Catherine? Five, four, three.
Catherine?
That is correct for the 1 point steal. Your third question, Scott, the category of Fandom or Icons. In Jason Takes Manhattan, how specifically does Jason die at the end of the film?
Multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, dragged by anchor to the bottom of Crystal Lake? B, drowns in toxic waste? C, shredded by boat propellers? Or D, he was frozen and blown up?
C.
That is incorrect. Dean, a chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, dragged by anchor to the bottom of Crystal Lake? B, drowns in toxic waste? C, shredded by boat propellers? Or D, he was frozen and blown up?
B.
B, drowns in toxic waste is correct. All right, Scott, your penultimate question in the category of Fandom Horror Icons. Who plays Kristen Parker in The Dream Master?
Oh, multiple choice.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, Patricia Arquette, B, Lisa Wilcox, C, Tuesday Night, or D, Lisa Zane?
It's not Patricia Arquette. Read the options.
That is your second repeat of the options. Is it A, Patricia Arquette, B, Lisa Wilcox, C, Tuesday Night, or D, Lisa Zane?
Say D.
That is incorrect. Dean, a chance for a 1 point steal. Is it A, Patricia Arquette, B, Lisa Wilcox, C, Tuesday Night, or D, Lisa Zane?
Tuesday Night.
Tuesday Night is correct for the 1 point steal. And Scott, your final question in the category of Fandom Horror Icons. In Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, what is the name of the town where the main Silver Shamrocks factory is located?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice options. Is it A, Santa Mira, B, Santa Fortuna, C, Santa Vela, or D, Santa Carla?
A.
And that is correct for 1 point. Santa Mira. All right, so with that, Dylan, I got getting a score up to 10, but Dean getting a score up to 14. Is that what you have?
That is what I have, yeah.
All right, but anything happens as we move to round number 3, also known as the Pick Your Poison round, before the match competitors go back and forth drafting categories that would be used in round 3, and now competitors will go back and forth once again to draft categories that they will be answering from. The categories that competitors can choose from are directors, horror, recent releases, fandom, 2010s, sports, coming of age / teen, and romantic comedies. Competitors will choose their categories right now. All right, your competitors have chosen their categories that they will be using in round 3. Scott, you are behind, so what would you like for your 1 pointer?
Coming of age.
Coming of age / teen. Dylan, whenever you're ready.
All right, so your question in coming of age / teen. Name 2 of the 4 actors who play the starting members of the Goonies in The Goonies.
Five, four.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is your first repeat. Your question again. Name 2 of the 4 actors who play the starting members of the Goonies in The Goonies.
Yeah, this is a blind spot for me. I'm going to say Sean Astin and
For
River Phoenix.
It's unfortunately incorrect. The answers we would have accepted are Sean Astin, Corey Feldman, Ki Hoi Kwan, or Jeff Cohen.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
so we are going to be sticking with you for your 2-pointer. What would you like for your 2-pointer?
I'll take recent releases.
All right. So your question in the category of recent releases. Who stars as the titular role in The Book of Clarence?
The Keith Stanfield.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right, but you are still behind. So what would you like for your 3-pointer?
2010s.
10s.
Your question in 2010s. At the end of Call Me By Your Name, Oliver asks Elio and his parents on what holiday. Oliver calls Elio and his parents on what holiday with the news that he is getting engaged.
Repeat the question.
All right, that is your second repeat. Your question again. At the end of Call Me By Your Name, Oliver calls Elio and his parents on what holiday with the news that he is getting engaged.
Christmas.
It's unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for Hanukkah.
So that does mean it all comes down to this. Scott must hit his 4-pointer in the category of directors. If he hits it, he sends it back over to Dean to answer some questions. If he misses it, Dean does win the game.
All right, so your question in the category of directors. The 2017 film Happy End is the most recent film from what international director?
Five, four,
Repeat.
All right, that is your final repeat. So your question again. The 2017 film Happy End is the most recent film from what international director?
Damn it, I've heard of this.
five, four, three.
Good game. Lars von Trier again.
And your winner, Dean the Batman. We were looking for Michael Haneke. All right, so we're going
That's
to
right.
Unfortunate second place finisher tonight. Scott, you got a perfect round in round one. It's never fun spinning your opponent's strength, especially when it's something like Phantom War Icons where all the movies just kind of stick together. And round 3 just didn't seem to go your way. How are you feeling after tonight?
Yeah, that sucked. Yeah, it's hard to lose after getting a perfect round in round 1. So pretty disappointed. I mean, the horror icons, like you said, even if I went through them with a fine tooth comb, who knows if I could have gotten all those answers right anyway. So I don't, feel too bad. But yeah, you can't miss a 1-pointer. So I was kind of screwed there. And then the 3 and 4, it just didn't go my way after round 1 today. I think that's the problem I've had is playing a consistent game against across all 3 rounds, and obviously didn't do that today. So.
Totally get that. But when you do come back, is there anyone you would like to face in the realm of singles?
Well, I think that Dean, if I understand, Dean, I think is going to play Kirk now. So I would have liked to play Kirk if I had won this. And so, if there's ever a road in the future for that to happen, that would be fun because we've never played each other despite, being around for a while. So.
That would be a really, really fun match, you versus Kirk. But thank you so much for coming out tonight, Scott. But we are moving on to post-match interviews with our winner tonight, Dean the Bat Manness. Dean, you were behind in round one. I could see some of those misses really bothering you. But honestly, I think those steals that you got in round two kind of made the game where you just didn't have to answer a round three question to win the game. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm a little shocked. Scott was playing great. Obviously got that perfect round. I don't feel too bad about my round one. The Graduate's maybe the only one that I could have got because I have seen that movie and really like that movie. The director question I just didn't know, so I threw something out. Knew it was wrong. But yeah, he was playing amazing. He was playing so good. I was very worried, and then I got that luck in round two that bails me out of these these types of matches. And I tried to pick a strength that he wouldn't really know and would go really deep. Even if he'd seen the movies, it would be pretty tough to still answer the questions. So I'm happy with the strength I picked. And obviously it worked out for me. But again, just getting my way past someone who obviously knows more about me than movie trivia, as you can see in round one.
I know you're playing against yourself a little bit, but I know you. I know you know a lot about movie trivia, so I just want to say don't hang your head up too high. But Scott already kind of teased it. You are going to be playing in your next match, Kirk the Consigliere Kowalkowski, another competitor who's been around these leagues for so long. How are you feeling going into that match?
Good. Kirk is going to be really tough. That's definitely going to be a tough match. I almost wanted to play Antonio just because I lost really badly. It was my last loss was to him, and it was really bad. So I wanted to see how I am now against him because I think I'm a lot better than I used to be. So I wanted to have that matchup again, but that's all good. Playing Kirk is fine. I like playing new people too. But again, I'm afraid, and it's going to be tough. So we'll see.
Totally get that. Thank you so much for showing up tonight, Dean. Dylan, final thoughts heading out of this match.
Yeah, Dean does it again. I mean, he's one of the things that I find so impressive about Dean is I think he's commented on it in one of his previous matches before, where he's usually coming out of round number one. He often tends to have to spin first, and sometimes he's not always in the lead coming out of round number one, but he's always great at fighting back in round number two and getting the lead going into round number three. And yeah, he did it again today. Very solid performance from him. Bad luck for Scott in round two, but again, perfect round number one. Obviously, not much you can do again when you spin your opponent's strength, especially when it's as good of a strength as horror icons. Because even again, like everyone was saying, even if you know those movies really well or you studied them really hard, a lot of them do bleed together. So it can be that's why it's such a good strength for the people that really really know it. So yeah. Great stuff from both competitors overall.
Yeah, as someone who's had to study the category, I can personally say there are a few things more infuriating than having to study such gems as Freddy's Dead the Final Nightmare and Jason Takes Manhattan. But seriously, on behalf of Dean, on behalf of Scott, on behalf of Dylan, on behalf of everyone here at Multiplex Movie Melee, I'm Payson the Cinemaster Johnson. That's Dylan Vicious Van Thun. I'm going to introduce you. I'm going to outro you again. Have a great night.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
You've been taken.
Bye-bye.